Hi guys, welcome on in. My name's Evan Ryu. We are going to get right into the explanation of 3D Templars, chakras. Just know whenever I say Templar, I mean chakra. Again, if this is your first time here, I am stepping away from religious texts of using the chakra, and going more into a omnipotent message, a more galactic universal message as Templar. So let's get into the topic, our 3D solar plexus. This is known as the third chakra, and I will be referring to it as the third dimensional solar plexus Templar. So at the third dimension, this entire series for right now, we're going through the 3D. I will have relatively the same beginning, and it's all 3D Templars, all 3D chakras are built with the first dimension from the Earth Star Templar. Go check out that video if you're not sure what I'm talking about. That is the Chakra 0. Now, in combination of the first dimension is the second dimension, the auric field. After my dimensional series, I'll go into an auric field series. That's a whole different subject. But the first dimension combines with the second dimension, the auric field, around your physical body. Now, the 3D concept is combining the 1D, which is essentially a thought, the 2D, your aura, so your aura, your thoughts, because your aura is the energy around your physical body, and this creates a need, a want, a desire, a union to create from the thought to understand how the planet around us, that first dimension, interacts with your own 3D light column. Your 3D light column are all third dimensional Templars together. Now, this brings depth. The dimension of 3D brings depth to thoughts with energy of the aura, all combined. And it makes a physical projection of your 3D light. How cool is that? Now, to harmonize with the 3D solar plexus Templar, it really means to identify your personal power on the planet you reside on. So, the process of identifying your personal power is actually the installation, the install of ego. Now, as you install ego is meant to navigate what it means to power a physical body. I'm going to be honestly tearing apart a lot of assumptions about the ego, and this is the pure, unbiased result of what the ego is meant to be, untainted, unblocked, and unveiled. Now, install ego to navigate what it means to power a physical vehicle. That's that 3D body that we're in. Allowing your personal thoughts and creation, so what you create, to control the ego, which provides confidence in existing. You have confidence in the life that you are living by having your personal thoughts and what you physically create to take the wheel of your ego, of this identity as a human vessel on this planet. Now, knowing you are able to identify with all aspects of who you are brings you to an activation. So when you identify with one aspect of yourself, you're activating that part of your ego manual. So activating your ego self brings power to living confident in your environment. So essentially, you're interacting with your environment because almost imagine your physical vehicle is driving on the road and all of a sudden a light starts blinking, or you have a motion sensor of something in your environment and you want to slow down so you don't collide with it. This is the same manner. Your ego is recognizing the environment has triggered a certain part of self, and it's time to focus on in to identify with it. So this is not gathering external power from other beings. I don't want that to be confused. It is gathering internal power of who you are to use as information to further your identity, to further how you identify yourself as an individual out in the world, in this planet, while you exist. So when you are confident in your actions and thoughts, you gain power in this density to use. Your ego is not a bad or good thing. The ego is meant to be a guide for your personal power to enter and be directed appropriately in your 3D mind and your 3D body. So we have mindful actions to support the way that you live. Now, we're going to touch base the new sense of freedom found in the 3D solar plexus Templar. The recognition of having your own identity separate from other beings living on this planet. This is liberating. This is recognizing that you have a mission that's separate from other souls here. And the beginning of breaking out of this group mentality is installed now. Now you're not thinking what everyone else is thinking. Now you're connecting with things that you, on a personal soul level, identify with. So your actions are personalized to accomplishing what your mind knows to be true. So this is that liberation. This is that freedom by activating your third dimensional solar plexus. Now, 11 aspects of your 3D solar plexus Templar, the ability to gather your own personal power by taking control of your actions is having confidence in your thoughts. Now, having a confident mindset that's having confidence in your thoughts allows an activation of the mind and physical actions to unite. Thus, having the ability to not only retain personal power, but to utilize your power mindfully. And it comes to the realization that you are confident. You are naturally confident. Now, let's see this activation of your solar plexus. Your light column has been consciously utilizing the Earth Star Templar. And as it's utilizing the Earth Star Templar, your planet's vibrations, it's uniting your mental and physical body as one. So now you're working in unison with aspects of your mind and physical body. So the second dimension focuses on that separation. This separation from your higher selves and divine self. This causes a sense of individuality. So now we can appreciate that separation. You have the free will to identify your personal power with specific vibrations. This is that sense of self. When you go out into the world, you can feel the vibration that associates a specific part of your identity, of what makes you special, what makes you you. So you have this free will, and your ego self has now been manifesting in the 3D reality as a guide to help navigate your spirit through physical functions, because this is new for your spirit. So this Templar is installed at 18 months of age and has full functions at 4 years old. Hence why you can see a lot of children that are between 1 and 4 associating with certain objects, and why it's so important to have a vast variety of things for them to associate their individuality and their independence in being a soul here on this planet. Any disturbance of the mind and or body will require a reinstallation of this Templar. Now, disturbance after installation, so after being 18 months, this causes a blockage or overactive Templar, depending on how that Templar was disturbed. Now, angel seeds have difficulty utilizing the ego as a neutral guide. Angel seeds have seen this guide as complicated because it is a guide to help you remain in the physical body, the physical presence. Star seeds have difficulty not with utilizing this Templar, but with installing this Templar. So adjusting to being separate than their higher selves. This is where you get a lot of confusion, either with sexuality, with multiple personalities. There isn't a want or a desire for the individual identity. There is a desire to have multiple identities. And earth seeds, they develop an attachment. It's on the other side. They develop an attachment to the ego self. So that's where you can differentiate what seed aspect you are most associating with on your path, and if you are ascending or descending. But earth seeds, you'll notice an attachment to ego. So now ego isn't a guide, ego is an identity, when ego should be a guide for identifying yourself, not being that identity. So that's interesting. I hope you enjoyed this. This has been all about the third dimensional solar plexus Templar. It is located an inch above your navel. If you're wanting to connect with that vibration, look up solar plexus. There's a bunch of different information. If you're wanting to connect more with me, check out my website, cosmicenergy-spiritualwellness.com. I'm Evan Ryu. I'm an angel seed assisting fellow angels, star, and earth seeds on their beautiful journey in this physical reality. Namaste, blessed, and stay tuned for more. I will be completing this series throughout the summertime, and I'm excited to get to our fourth dimension of light columns. So, bye guys.